In the heart of the great green forest, where trees brushed the clouds and rivers sang in silver tongues, a rumor was spreading like wildfire. It began with the parrots. They squawked it from branch to branch. The mighty elephants bow their heads to the tortoise. At first, the monkeys laughed so hard they nearly fell from the baobab trees. The tortoise? That slow, hard-shelled pebble who can barely cross a path before nightfall? How could he rule over the giants whose feet shake the ground? But the parrots swore it was true, and if the parrots swore it, the jungle listened. The elephants, the mighty gray mountains that walked, were feared and respected by all. They pulled down whole trees with a single tug. They could turn the land into an open field just by trampling through. Yet, in recent moons, whenever the tortoise appeared, the elephants grew quiet and stepped aside. No one understood why. No one dared to ask, but I, your storyteller, will tell you the truth. It began in the season of dry winds, when the rivers shrank and the grass whispered of thirst. The elephants, desperate for water, began digging deep into the earth, but the land had grown stingy, and the only path to water led through the tortoise's domain. You see, the tortoise, though small, had wisdom as old as the hills and secrets buried deep as the roots of the iroko tree. And he had discovered something even the elephants did not know. The dust had barely settled from the grand meeting when whispers began to slither through the jungle. Some animals could not believe their eyes. How could a creature so small, so slow, have commanded the mighty elephants? But those who had seen it with their own eyes could not deny the truth. Days passed, and the tortoise's influence only grew. Elephants began seeking his counsel on disputes. They stopped making decisions without consulting him. The jungle was slowly beginning to understand. The tortoise had not won through brute strength. He had won through something more powerful: wisdom. One day, the eldest elephant, old Tusco, approached the tortoise. "Little one, I am troubled. My herd is restless. The river we have always drunk from has dried up, and the younger ones are hungry and thirsty. We have searched far and wide, but found no water." The tortoise blinked slowly. "There is water, but you are looking for it in the wrong way." The elephants exchanged confused glances. "What do you mean?" "Your eyes search the ground, but water is not always found where it runs free. Sometimes it hides beneath the earth. Come, I will show you." And so the tortoise led the elephants to a dry riverbed. "Dig here." The elephants were skeptical but obeyed. Hours passed, their great trunks tossing sand and dirt aside, and then suddenly a gush of cool, clear water burst forth from the ground. The elephants trumpeted in joy. From that day, the elephants began to see the tortoise not as a small creature to be dismissed, but as a leader who could guide them to survival. But not everyone in the jungle was pleased. The leopard, the hyena, and the baboon began plotting. They believed the tortoise's growing power would upset the balance of the jungle. If the elephants follow him, then soon all the animals will. "And where will that leave us?" said the leopard. One night, as the moon hung low, they approached the tortoise's dwelling. The hyena sneered, "We've come to test you, little shell. Let's see if your wisdom can save you now." The tortoise, calm as always, did not move. "Then test me." The leopard challenged him to a race. The hyena dared him to spend a night in the cold river. The baboon demanded he solve a riddle none had answered before. And the tortoise, to their surprise, accepted every challenge. The next day, the jungle gathered to watch. The leopard sped off, but the tortoise, instead of chasing, sent a bird to fly ahead and mark the path. The leopard, fast but foolish, took a wrong turn. The tortoise won. In the cold river, the tortoise simply withdrew into his shell, trapping warm air inside, while the hyena, shivering and miserable, gave up halfway. Finally, the baboon presented his riddle. What walks in the morning on 4 legs, in the afternoon on 2, and in the evening on 3? The tortoise smiled. That is man, crawling as a baby, walking upright as an adult, and leaning on a stick in old age. The crowd erupted in applause. From that day forward, even his enemies grudgingly respected him. The tortoise had proven, again, that strength lies not in size or speed, but in patience, intelligence, and the courage to face every challenge. And so the elephants, and soon many others, looked to the tortoise not only as a leader, but as a ruler whose crown was invisible, yet unshakable.